the things which he didn't understand, he asked it very bluntly, about, and it was also very important, see, because again we were doing this selling product which was not making money at the same point of time. We got initial customers, but the money was still supposed to come in because there were some workflows involved there. And it was like, Anand, this is opportunity, but this is a risk, right? And which is true even if you funded us, basically. But the technology was very strong, and thankfully he liked it, and he just kind of adopted us.
Adopted.
Yeah.
So, wanted to ask you again, Anand doesn't come as the usual CEO, drives a Nano, carries his own bag. So meeting the person, speaks his mind, that's most important, he speaks his mind.
Yeah.
So was it very difficult, did he utter that word, is it magic again? Or was it very easy to get him on the fold and understand? And where you, probably where you in the roadmap that Anand has set for Persistent?
Yes. First of all, Anand's technology background helped a lot. He understands technology very well. So when we showed him what we're doing, he was excited what we're doing. Secondly, he started with his innovation labs. He started with venture capitalist fund. That itself was his kind of alignment towards what's happening in industry from innovation perspective, right? So he was keen on adopting, nurturing, or helping any innovations in whatever ways he can, and he's still so hands-on on that, kind of thing. Very thankful to him for maybe next generation entrepreneurs coming up, right?
Absolutely.
So it was very easy. At the same point of time, he was a very simplified person. Otherwise sometimes when you meet CXOs, you get into the jargonized discussions, which are hard to kind of talk about, which are hard to understand sometimes. Exactly. What should you respond? So whether he'll feel bad or whether he'll not feel bad. But I think with Anand, that really helped. He was such a simplified guy, as if you're talking to your co-founder, as if you're talking to your friend, and genuinely understanding what this is all about, where this can go wrong, where this can go right. So that kind of nature of Anand really helps, and I think I would advise every company to do good and get acquired by Persistent, because there are many advantages again coming to Persistent. We are still having lots of freedom on working, lots of products, though we are aligned with some of the kind of Persistent strategic initiatives as well. We're launching new platforms as part of our own IPs. Though Persistent is an IT company, but because of this technology, I would say roots which has been deep dived from Anand across the teams, in Persistent, it really helps for product companies to get acquired. And he's focusing more on products also at the same point of time.
So if I do the show of hands of people here who wanted to get acquired by Persistent, everybody would, right?
For sure. As long as strategically fit with Persistent.
Sure. So today, and interestingly, this will be something that the audience will relate to, as you wear two hats at Persistent.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Hoop story is on, and you're building your products, innovating into that product segment.
Yeah.
And you're also looking into the innovation labs of Persistent.
Yes, so just want to be very category specific. So there is an innovation labs in Persistent. We are part of innovation labs, and I drive many platforms out of innovation. But there are few other teams also who are part of innovation labs and doing a few more things.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm also evangelizing, Persistent Venture Capitalist Fund, and actively scouting startups who could be fit for Persistent, or we may help them in any ways, and so on. So that's another role I'm playing. So earlier I was more of an entrepreneur, but now more of an investor. So I realized whatever investor used to shout at you, why they were actually shouting you out. It's like a kid and a parent story, right? When you're growing, your parents are shouting at you, and you feel, why this guy is really shouting me out, right? And then you actually become a father, you realize why do you have to actually shout. I think just trying to balance that kind of thing between entrepreneur and investor to an extent. So there is, we have this Thomas Klein, who has also spoken at one of our facility last time to help startups understand what happens in Silicon Valley. I was another partner also for that. So Tom heads our Persistent Venture Capitalist Fund. I just help him in a way, whatever ways I can, from Indian startup ecosystem point of view.
Okay. So the fairy tale story comes to an end. Startup, marriage,
Yeah,
exit as you had planned.
yeah.
What next?
I think the immediate next story is to make sure there are ROIs for Persistent for what they've acquired. And then, see, entrepreneur is always an entrepreneur, to be really honest, right? It's like once an engineer, always an engineer. Once an entrepreneur, you're always an entrepreneur. So,
This recording is going to Anand by the way.
yeah, I know he's gonna see that, but so you never know. I mean, maybe in a way, when I say once an entrepreneur, always an entrepreneur, you might want to share your experience with other entrepreneurs. And I'm working with some fantastic startups here. One of them is Chetan here, who is doing some great stuff in one emerging startup. Many other startups similarly in India, outside India as well. So I'm trying to some advisory to them, and I'm just passing on my entrepreneurship experiences to them. And anything what I've done during that point of time, helping them to connect with investors, what they should do, what they should not do, what they should pivot and so on. And just trying to do that, just to make sure that they don't do something wrong in the beginning and follow.
Sure.
Because you now understand as an entrepreneur, because you've met so many investors, you've met potential acquirers, you know what they want, right? So you have to make sure you are aligned with those thoughts. And it's very important for young startups or young entrepreneurs. I'm not saying, by the way, that today people are much more smarter than we are, right? Even younger guys who are coming out of startups, they're very smart people. But smartness, passion, and experience, if this really combine together, I think that can really do wonders for any company. So that's what I meant right now. But who knows?
So now, at least for now, you're sitting at the other side of the table.
Yeah.
So potential startups looking for possible investments, acquisitions at Persistent. If they were to ask you, what is the process that they should go through to be
Yeah.
able to part of that?
Yeah.
What is the process that you would explain to them?
Yeah, I think one of the essential part of the recipe is that have a great product in place. Think about how it is strategically fit to Persistent. So get that story right. I'm doing something and I'm doing something great. This is a nice product. And I think there is a synergy with Persistent in a way. And don't just think Persistent as a sales opportunity, by the way. Think strategically, how Persistent can help you, from technology standpoint, from mentorship standpoint, from, incubation standpoint, and also eventually sales standpoint, right? But sometimes people just do think, Persistent ka pura sales team hai, sab jagah hai, and will help you. But see, it's a listed company. It's driven by own KRAs and KPIs.
Yeah.
So if we start allocating all our sales to everybody else, we won't be able to do business, right? So think about Persistent as a strategic partner. Whenever you can help us and we can help you, that's one of the things. Get it right. And then you can always write me an email any point of time with that proposition, and we'll try to put it. So there's an investment committee who goes through all the proposals, and then based on the fit, right? And one of the important things is there should be some fit, unless you're doing another WhatsApp. So feel free even in that case if you feel that, but have that reasoning right.
So you'll be mobbed just as you step up, I'm sure.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So write an email. We'll put it forward across our investment committee, and we'll definitely come back to you with whatever we want to do with you, and we'll make sure we help you because I think, as I said, it's from our leader. It's Anand actually boils down that nature of helping anybody in any case is there. So we may not invest, but we'll help you in whatever ways we can.
That's great to hear. And so, having said that, what is the roadmap that Persistent as a company is taking in the technology space? And maybe that would help some of the startups align or kind of see the alignment with Persistent. So,
Right.
if you could share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think maybe you would have read. Maybe I'm not the right person to talk about that, but I'll just try my best. So Persistent is driving this enterprise digital transformation story, right? I mean, when you see there is everywhere transition from traditional world to digital world. digital world is a lifestyle now, and it's a basic